B. Me name's Eric, 34, senior graphic designer at a mid-sized studio. We'll call the place Iron Oak Creative, not some mega soulless corporation, but not a tiny garage startup either. Around 55 employees, total pays solid, projects are interesting. Coworkers mostly know what they're doing. Honestly, all I ever wanted from a job. Show up, make cool stuff, get paid fairly, go home first few years, we're exactly like that. Owner, mister? Caldwell, older guy, late 60s. Easy started the company back when people were still cutting layouts by hand. Old school, blunt, but fair. Only thing he cared about was the quality of the work. If your portfolio was good, he didn't care who you were, what you looked like, or what you did. After work result was a straight-up merit system. Best designers got the best clients and the biggest bonuses. Simple, clean, no drama. Our design team was tight, about 10 of us in the main group. Maybe 60% guys, 40% women. Never felt awkward about it. We grabbed lunch together, helped each other with deadlines, bitched about clients. Normal office stuff, everyone respected. Skill, if someone crushed a project, everybody knew it and gave them the credit. System worked, put in the hours, do top-tier work. You get rewarded. HR was basically one lady who'd been there forever. Worked with Caldwell since the early days. Handled payroll, benefits, paperwork. That was it. No weird events, no forced bonding, no lectures. Then last spring she announced she was retiring. We all chipped in for a gift card and a cake, said goodbye. Didn't think twice about it. Few days later, Caldwell sends company email, says they're updating the HR department. Introduces a new position, head of people and culture, title alone. Made me tired, week later. The new hire shows up, her name's Sierra. First impression? She looked like she was built in a corporate lab, perfect blazer, sharp haircut, smile that never reached her eyes, carried one of those metal water bottles covered in slogan stickers. Stuff like smash the patriarchy, girls run the world, that kind of thing. Little much, but whatever, not my problem. Her intro email was pure buzzword soup, talked about inclusive conversations, confronting bias, building equitable environments. Me and a couple guys passed it around in the group chat, laughing, figured it was just normal, corporate nonsense, thought it would blow over. We were wrong. First change was, the walls came in one morning and the whole studio had these bright, ugly posters everywhere. Check your privilege above the coffee machine, some chart about toxic masculinity taped on the men's bathroom door, felt less like an office, more like a college lounge. Then the meetings started mandatory every Thursday morning. 1 hour, conference room, no excuses. Sierra at the front with a PowerPoint, same topics every week, men interrupt. Too much common phrases are microaggressions. We all need to be better allies. Most of us just stared at the table. Girls on the team looked just as bored as the guys they wanted to design stuff. Not sit in therapy class, but Sierra loved it. You could tell she liked hearing herself talk. She'd ask these loaded questions like, can anyone share a moment where they saw systemic bias this week? Room, dead silent. Everyone looking at their phone or doodling, silence only made her push harder. She'd scan the room, locking eyes with the guys. One by one, looked at us like we were disappointing her personally. After a few weeks, she started doing women only, lunches main, conference room, door closed, little paper sign on it, safe space in progress. None of the guys cared. Honestly, we liked the quiet. We'd order burgers, talk about games, relax one of the women on our team. Jess, good friend of mine, told me later what those lunches were like. Said it was basically Sierra complaining about the male staff the whole time. Going on about how the office was a boys' club, said she was sure the men were getting paid more for the same work. Jess told her that didn't make sense. Pay was always based on portfolio and experience. Sierra just gave her this sad look, told her she had internalized misogyny. Jess stopped going after that. After a couple months, the whole vibe in the office felt off. Not hostile exactly, just weird. There was this tension in the office now that never used to exist. Not open fighting, just this weird pressure in the air all the time. Most of us tried to ignore it and keep working. Caldwell didn't seem to notice anything. He was always hands-off with management stuff, trusted department heads to handle their own business. He probably saw Sierra's emails full of buzzwords and thought the company was just keeping up with the times. Real problems started about 3 months after she got hired. Payday hits. Phone buzzes with direct deposit notification. First thing I notice, the number looks wrong, lower than it should be, not by a tiny bit. Either like 8 or 10%, missing first thought. Payroll screwed up, happens sometimes, annoying, but fixable. I log into the payroll site to check the stub, scroll down, gross pay, looks normal, taxes, normal, retirement, contribution, normal. Then I see a new line, never seen it before, labeled Corp. DEI adjustment, couple $100. Gone, no email about it, no. Meeting about it, no. Warning, just there, money missing, stomach drops. This doesn't feel like a mistake. Walk over to my buddy Nate's desk, another senior designer. Hey, you look at your check, yet he spins in his chair. Nah. Why tell him to check? He opens the pay stub. Watch his face go from confused to pissed in, like 2 seconds. What the hell is DEI adjustment? So not just me, we decide not to make a scene. I start a new private group chat. Add the other guys from the design team, send one message, check your pay stub, look for a new deduction, tell me what you see, replies start coming in. Yeah, got one, same here, mine's like 220, mine's almost 400. What is this? Every single guy? Has it we start comparing numbers. Not a flat fee, it's percentage-based higher salary, bigger cut. Since I'm lead designer, mine's one of the worst. We're trying to figure out if it's some tax change or new benefits plan or accounting error. Nothing adds up, feels wrong. Then one of the junior guys sends a message, says, "This is gonna sound weird, but I overheard something in the break room earlier," says 2 women from marketing were talking. One of them was excited because she got a surprise bonus, called it an equity bonus. Chat goes dead silent. No one types for like a full minute. We all know, no one has to say it. They're taking money from us and giving it to the women. Anger hits, but it's not loud. Anger, it's cold, clear, not even about the cash. It's the fact someone just decided they could take what I earned money, my mortgage depends on, without asking. Because of some ideology, feels like straight up theft problem, we're stuck. What are we supposed to do? Complain to HR. She is HR. We go public. We get labeled instantly. Toxic. Fragile, can't handle equality. Sierra would flip it in 5 seconds. She'd make us the bad guys before lunch. We talk about going to Caldwell. But we hold off. He hired her himself. He trusts her without proof. It's just our word against hers. And she's the head of people and culture. Who's he gonna believe, a bunch of annoyed male employees? Or the expert he brought in to modernize the place? Feels like a perfect trap couple. Guys say screw it. Start job hunting, part of me wants to, but I can't. I like this job. I built my career here. I'm not getting pushed out by some HR activist on a power trip. So I decide, I'm not quitting, I'm digging. If something's happening, I want proof. Real proof next day. I book a meeting with Sierra, not accusing, not yet just fishing. Tell her I want to talk about career growth, walk into her office. Place looks completely different now. Old neutral art, gone, replaced with framed quotes and activist posters sit down across from her desk. Same plastic smile as always she goes, "So, Eric, what can I help you with today?" I keep my voice calm. "Yeah, just had a quick question about my last paycheck." I tell her, I noticed a new deduction on my check. Say it was labeled corporate equity adjustment. Tell her I couldn't find any info about it anywhere. Just ask what it's supposed to be. For her smile doesn't move at all, like she already knew this question was coming. She leans back in her chair, like she practiced this speech. Says, oh yes, that's part of a new company initiative. Says they're working to correct historical pay imbalances and create a more equitable compensation structure. She says it's smooth, like she's reading straight off a script. I nod, like I understand, ask what that actually means, where the money is going. Her eyes tighten, just a little. Says resources are being redistributed to match the company's diversity values. Says progressive companies do this all the time. She still isn't answering anything, just throwing HR words at me, like smoke. I push once more, ask if there's a policy document I can read. Say, I don't remember signing anything that allowed new deductions. That's when the friendly act cracks, smile disappears. Completely, voice goes cold. Says that information is confidential to the people and culture department. Says it was an executive level decision. Says I don't need to worry about the details, just need to know. I'm helping make the company fairer, translation, and drop it right now. I realize I'm not getting anything else out of her, so I just nod. Say, all right. Thanks for explaining. Stand up and leave. The second I'm out in the hallway. My heart is pounding. Not scared, pissed. She's so sure nobody will challenge her. Like she thinks she's untouchable. Like we'll all just accept it. She has no idea that night. I can't sleep at all. Just laying there, staring at the ceiling, running everything over in my head, going through HR, won't work. She is HR, going to management without proof, won't work either. Need something solid, something. Even Caldwell can't ignore. Then it hits me because of my position. I have higher server access than most people. I need it for project archives and client assets. Never used it for anything else. Never went digging where I shouldn't. But this isn't curiosity anymore. This is defense. Next morning, I show up almost an hour early. Office is dead quiet. Lights still half off. I sit down at my desk, hands actually shaking a little log into the company network. Open the main server, directory. See all the department folders, design, marketing, finance, admin. Then I see one called HR Confidential. That one should be locked. Normally, I wouldn't even try, but I double-click it anyway, expecting access denied. Instead, it opens just like that. My stomach drops. She didn't even secure the folder. Inside is a mess of subfolders, recruiting reviews, benefits, training. I'm looking for anything related to pay. Find one called compensation. Strategy, click it. Bunch of files inside, PDFs, Word docs, one Excel sheet. File, name is payroll, underscore equity, underscore adjustment, underscore Q, two hands, start sweating. Double click, takes a second to load, then the spreadsheet opens, and there it is. Everything. Every employee listed, names, job titles, salaries, gender column, then new columns added. One says adjustment, percent. I scroll down, every male name has a number, 5%, 8%, 12%, my name, 10%. Every female entry blank. Next column says equity bonus, all the male rows, empty. Every female row has a dollar amount, some small, some over 1,000. My chest feels tight. Then I see the last column notes, and that's the one that makes me sick. Little comments next to every change, next to my name. High income male. Strong redistribution candidate, no. Dependents listed. Reduction impact acceptable. Next to one of the junior guys recently married. Adjust income balance to prevent financial dominance. 12% next to one of the women in marketing. Single mother. Priority equity recipient. Increase bonus allocation 25%. I just sit there staring at the screen, realizing this isn't a mistake. It's not a glitch. It's planned, every dollar, every name, every cut, written out like a shopping list. And now I have it in front of me. Scroll further down the notes column, see one that makes my jaw lock next to our top performer from last year. Note says, shows signs of toxic masculinity. Overconfident, talks too much in meetings, apply maximum adjustment. 15% to discourage behavior. Just sit there staring at the screen. This isn't about balancing pay. This is her running some kind of social experiment using salaries to reward people she likes and punish people. She doesn't playing judge, jury, and payroll department. At that point, I know exactly what I'm doing. Pull a small encrypted flash drive out of my bag, plug it into the USB port, copy. The entire compensation strategy, folder, spreadsheet, draft, policy, docs, emails. She wrote to herself, planning it. Looks like she pushed the whole thing through alone. No approval chain, no signatures, just her double check, every file finished copying. Eject, the drive put it in my pocket, then I clear the recent access logs from the server, sit back in my chair. First time in weeks, my head feels clear. Game's different, now I'm not trapped anymore. She is, and she has no clue. Go back to my normal projects. Act like nothing happened. Heart still pounding like crazy. That flash drive feels like it weighs 50 pounds in my pocket. First thing I do is message the private chat. Type 3 words, got it all. Then another message, don't talk about this here. Don't act different. Come to my place tonight. Rest of the day takes forever. Every time Sierra walks past my desk, I feel a jolt, like she somehow knows, like she can see it on my face. She walks around the office all calm and proud, like she owns the place, smiling at people like some kind of queen checking on her kingdom. She has no idea, thought makes my stomach twist, and at the same time, kind of feels good. That night, the guys come over to my apartment. I hook my laptop to the TV plug. In the flash drive, open the spreadsheet, room goes dead. Quiet, everyone just reading same reaction. I had confusion first, then disbelief, then pure anger. One of the younger guys just keeps saying, no way, this is real. Nate points at the notes. Column says, she actually wrote this down, like she thought nobody would ever see it. She's not stupid. She's a fanatic. People like that think they're right, no matter what. They don't hide anything, because they think they're the good guys. We spend the next hour figuring out what to do. One thing we all agree on. Fast, we can't just email this to Caldwell. She'll deny it, say it's fake, say I made. Say it's some coordinated attack, and in this kind of situation, her word carries more weight than ours, especially with HR involved. We need proof that hits in public, something she can't talk her way out of. We need everyone to see it at once. Then someone brings up the quarterly meeting 3 weeks away. Whole company in one room, owners, managers, everyone. Each department gives a presentation, including HR, including her perfect moment. We build the plan, right there, simple but risky. We wait, we keep working, we let the deductions keep happening. We don't tell anyone else, not even the women we trust. Too risky day of the meeting. I bring my laptop when she gets up there to talk about fairness and equality. I show everything in front of everyone. Waiting those 3 weeks is torture. Office gets even worse. Now that she got away with the pay thing, she acts even bolder. Starts a new mentorship program. Juniors get paired with seniors. But she keeps saying, women should mentor. Women puts up a sign-up sheet. One of our best junior guys asks me to mentor him. She steps in before I can answer. Pulls him aside. Tells him it would be better for his development to work with a female mentor. Says it'll help him unlearn. Bias kid. Just stands there confused. Doesn't argue. Nobody argues anymore. Later, I see that same junior guy assigned to a mentor from another department. She doesn't even use the same software. He does kid's career getting slowed down just to fit her rules. Workshops keep going every week. One time she puts up a slide about male-coded language lists. Words like dominate, crush. Execute says, we should avoid aggressive terminology. We're a design studio. Those are normal words when talking about projects. Nobody says anything. We just sit there staring at the table. Me and the guys don't talk about the plan out loud anymore. We just look at each other across the room, little nods, little looks, keeping our mouths shut. Even when we want to blow up, playing the long game. Every smug email she sends, every new poster. She hangs on the wall, just makes it easier to wait. Finally, the quarterly meeting day shows up. We've been counting down for weeks. Weird thing is I feel calm, like once you know what you're going to do, the nerves stop, laptop in my bag, flash drive in my pocket. I've gone over what I'm going to say 100 times in my head. Whole company files into the big presentation room, big auditorium, set up stage in front, huge screen behind it. Caldwell starts the meeting, talks about profits, new clients, future plans, same speech as always. Then marketing presents, then development, all normal. Then he introduces the head of people and culture. Sierra walks up on stage smiling like she's about to win an award. She loves this kind of attention. Starts talking into the mic, going on about progress, this quarter, workshops, mentorship program, safe space policies. Then she hits the big moment slide, pops up behind her bar, graph 2 bars side by side. Average male, salary, average female salary. Last quarter, the male bar was higher. This quarter, they're perfectly equal. She spreads her arms like she just cured cancer. Says she's proud to announce the gender pay gap. Here is gone. Room goes quiet for a second. Few people start clapping politely. Mostly people from departments that don't know what happened. The women on our team look confused. They know they got bonuses, but not how it happened. They look at the graph, then at us, then back at the graph. Sierra just stands there smiling, soaking it in. Says it took strategic redistribution of compensation and resources. Says the company is now truly equitable. That's my moment. I stand up, legs feel a little shaky, but my voice comes out steady. Sierra, I have a question about that data. Whole room goes silent. Everybody turns. She freezes for half a second, then her smile tightens. Says, this isn't the time for questions. Says, I can talk to her later, trying to shut it down fast. Then Caldwell turns around in his chair. Looks curious, says, let him ask, says, we're all here, anyway. Ask me what's on my mind. Now I've got the floor. I thank him, say my question is about the method she used, ask what redistribution she's talking about. Exactly, her face goes blank. She knows, tries to answer with more buzzwords, says, it was a multifaceted compensation strategy. I cut her off. Never done that before in my life. Say that's not really an answer. Say I might have something that explains it better. Don't wait for permission. Start walking down the aisle toward the stage. She's staring at me now, not smiling anymore. Eyes wide, says, this is inappropriate, says, I can't interrupt a company meeting. I say, I think everyone deserves to see what's actually going on. Get to the front, unplug. The HDMI from her laptop, plug mine in screen behind her, switches to my desktop, open the spreadsheet, payroll, underscore, equity, underscore, adjustment, underscore, Q2. Huge table fills the screen. Names, numbers, notes, whole, room, dead, silent. You could hear someone breathing in the back. I pick up the microphone from the podium and turn back to the crowd. I tap the mic and look out at the room. Say this right. Here's the file. Our head of people and culture used to run the new payroll program. Move the mouse to the first column. Tell everyone. It lists every employee in the company. Slide to the next column. Say this one shows gender. Then I highlight the column that matters. Read the title out loud. Adjustment percent. Murmurs start immediately. I scroll down, slowly. Say every man in this company has a percentage here. Say this number was taken straight out of our paychecks. No warning, no permission, no signature, just gone. Then I move to the next column. Say this one is labeled equity bonus. Say that's where the money went. Paid out only. To female employees, I can see the women on our team staring at the screen. They didn't know, they thought it was normal. Bonuses now. They realize it came from us. Room gets dead quiet. Sierra's still standing behind me, frozen like she can't move. I say the worst part is the last column, zoom in, so everyone can read it. Notes, start reading them out loud. High income male, increase adjustment, dominates meetings, apply higher rate single mother. Priority bonus, rebalance household income. Every line worse than the last, when I stop talking. The silence feels heavy. Then she snaps, starts yelling that it's fake, says. I made the file, says I'm attacking her because she's a woman. Says it's harassment, but nobody's buying it. Everyone just saw the screen. Everyone saw the numbers. I look toward the front row. Caldwell is standing up, slowly, face dark. Walks onto the stage without saying a word. Doesn't even look at me, just looks at her. Asks one question, is this real? She starts talking fast, saying it's lies, saying, I hacked something. He cuts her off, says he's not asking me, asks her again, did you do this? She opens her mouth, nothing comes out, longest. Few seconds of my life. Then he tells her to get her things, says security will walk her out, says she's done, here says lawyers will be in touch. Whole room still silent. 2 guards come up from the back, take her by the arms. Not rough, just firm. She doesn't fight, just looks stunned. They walk her down the aisle past everyone. Nobody says a word. Meeting's basically over. After that, Caldwell tells everyone to go back to work, but tells the guys from our team to stay. We follow him to his office. He closes the door, looks tired, says he's sorry, says he hired her, says he trusted her, says this never should have happened. Real apology, not corporate talk. He promises 2 things first. Full audit. Every dollar taken gets paid back with interest, plus a bonus second. Says the company is pressing charges. Says this wasn't policy, this was theft. Says she's going to answer for it. And he keeps his word. Week later, the money is back in our accounts, plus extra company. Email goes out, says former HR director ran an unauthorized compensation scheme. Says company fixed the damage. Says law enforcement involved. Few weeks later, we see the news online headline about local HR executive charged with fraud. Article explains. She redirected employee pay using her own system. Case drags on for months. We keep checking updates. Her defense is exactly what you'd expect. Says she was fighting inequality. Says the men didn't need the money. Says she was helping judge. Doesn't buy any of it. Spreadsheet, bank records, testimony. All of it stacked against her, guilty on everything. Almost a year later, final headline shows up, sentenced to 4 years in prison. Judge says personal beliefs don't excuse breaking the law. After that, things slowly go back to normal. Caldwell hires a new HR guy. Older dude, only cares about paperwork and rules. All the posters disappear. Workshops gone, no more. Speeches just work again. Our team feels tighter than ever. Went through hell together, came out fine. Sometimes I think about her, wonder if she ever realized what she did. Probably not. People like that never think they're wrong. Doesn't matter, though she's gone. And we're still here. We didn't yell, didn't make a scene. We waited, got proof, and let the truth do the damage, and that was enough.